What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick, I'm your host, and today we're in Memphis, Tennessee, checking out the real-life Elvis Presley locations all around Memphis. Hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy my tour. There's 1,000 locations you could visit of Elvis. We'll probably do, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 somewhere in this video, but hope you enjoy. Let's go hang out with the king today. Well, folks, we have made it to our very first Elvis location. We technically started at Beale Street, as you can see, but I didn't want to start there. I want to start right here, Humes High School. Welcome to old Humes High School. Maybe today it's Humes Middle School. Maybe it's just a middle school. But I'll tell you what, this looks like it's abandoned. Like, check this out. I mean, I don't even know if people go to school here still. One time, this is where Elvis Aaron Presley went to high school. I mean, I think it's still a school. Wow, I see a cat down the street just standing in the middle of the street. It has seen better days. Maybe it's still a functioning school. Maybe they just have to cut the grass. Humes Middle Drive, level 5. I don't know what that means. It's the old Humes High School. Gosh. LC Humes High School. The sign is still up there if you could see it. Man, Elvis Presley would have went in and out of these doors. There's some guys walking towards me. So I'm just gonna get in the car and we're gonna go. If you're gonna do these locations like I am, just be mindful of your surroundings. All right, let's go check out the next location. All right, next spot. We made our way about 8 minutes down the road from Humes High School. We are at the Overton Park, and what we are in search for is the Overton Park Shell, and I'll tell you why. On July the 30th of 1954, Elvis Aaron Presley had his very first public concert right here in Overton Park, at specifically the Overton Park Shell, which is right here. I've never seen this before. Well, this is only my second time in Memphis, ever, but I've always wanted to see this. And now we are. Holy smokes. Wow, this is just crazy to me. This is where Elvis's first flipping concert was. There's a guy I follow on YouTube who does a lot of Elvis locations. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you know him. It's the spa guy. Billy, but anyway, he was able to get access back there, and he went and saw the changing room Elvis was in, and there's a famous photo I'll throw in right now of Elvis backstage right there, right before he's about to come on. But I can't believe this is still here. This was friggin', it pretty much looked the same in 1954. How crazy is that? Oh my word. Can't believe we're here. I'm gonna go up there too, because why not? They still do concerts here too. Man, a very young Elvis, a 19-year-old Elvis would have been backstage right here getting ready and would have played on this stage. Oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks. This is basically what I did in Vegas a couple years ago. I was on Elvis's stage in Vegas at the now Westgate Hotel, and I stood right in the spot where Elvis would have stood. Nicole was holding the camera, and now I'm doing it where he started. Very first concert. It just blows my mind. I'm able to see some of these locations and take y'all along with me. This is a little bucket list item for me. Man, just to think, 19-year-old Elvis would have probably, I mean, you know, he was shaking, right? He was shaking from nerves at first for a good while, but he would have came out right there. I think Slim Whitman Elvis was opening up for, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Slim Whitman. So Elvis was the opener, but to people all right there, get to see Elvis Presley first flipping concert in 1954. It's hot today. It was probably just as hot then, but this is so cool. Wow. And it's probably the exact same back then. This is the sound board, you know, sound guys or up here, this is where the cables go. I'm a musician myself, so I know how this stuff works. And then it comes up through there. But if I was a fan, July 30th, 1954, seeing Elvis, you just imagine. It's very hard to imagine, but here. This would have been the spot. All right, how freaking cool is this? A little piece of Elvis history right here. All right, let's go on to the next location. Sitting at a light here, going to our next spot on Poplar Ave. Straight ahead is, used to be anyway, Poplar Records. We stopped there a couple years ago. It looks way worse now than what it was, but that is the building where Elvis Presley bought his first records. Poplar Records, and we'll get a better shot as we come around. There we go. Poplar Records. Yeah. Poplar Tunes, that's what it was called. And there's a green sign. Gosh, yeah, that looks horrible now. Used to look so much better. All right, and next spot, the old Lauderdale Court. But there's a historical marker around the corner we're gonna go to. This is our second time trying to find this, so now we know what we're doing. And here we are, friends. I think this is the spot. I'm not 100% certain. Others will know. If you know, let me know in the comments, but no, it's not in this spot. Somewhere around here, Elvis, as a teenager, there was photos taken of him. But I want to go check out the historical marker. Presley family at Lauderdale Courts. You can pause and read. I'm not going to read that whole thing right now because Nicole has her four-ways on. So, pause and read. Learn something. Yep, and these are the buildings. Not known as the Lauderdale Courts anymore. But Elvis and Gladys and Vernon at one time would have spent a few years in here, I believe. Next spot. Looking forward to seeing this one. I've seen it a few years back, but it's on Audubon Drive, if that gives you any idea. It has been a minute since I've last seen this house. 1034 Audubon Drive. And look, there's even the letter P. Wow, and all those. Presley, I guess. Holy smokes. I love this place. There you go. If you want to pause and read again, feel free to do that. But basically, Elvis Presley first purchased this house, and obviously here in Memphis. He bought it in 1956 for his parents with the royalties from Heartbreak Hotel. Elvis only lived here for 13 months. Then obviously he would become, as we all know, have known him as the King of Rock and Roll. Moved to Graceland, not far from here, about 10 minutes down the street. I'm just gonna walk and show you all this quick, and I'm gonna flash through some photos that were taken like right in this driveway right here. Been Elvis standing in the driveway, Elvis in the front yard. There's a couple photos of him with his motorcycles. I'll just throw in whatever photos I can find. This this fence, I even have the barbed wire, as you could see through there. Fence was not here back then. I think these trees were though. But it's still that same green color. You cannot tell because all the photos are black and white. But that's the color it would have been when Elvis was here. Now obviously this was the first home Elvis would buy. This was his gift to not only himself but to his parents mainly. So the three of them moved here, and the reason why Elvis only was here for so long is because once the fans found out where he lived, they couldn't stay here. They were showing up. He was trying to sleep, and they would knock on his windows there, and the neighbors started all complaining because it was a constant nut show around here. There was girls, standing out here all the time. They were coming up to the house, knocking on the door. Gladys was getting pissed because, her boy's trying to sleep, and they're knocking, and there's a photo, I think, of Elvis in this house with his hands covering his ears that somebody snapped, because there's girls outside screaming for him and stuff. But so anyway, thankfully Elvis got to be Elvis and bought Graceland down the street. But if you didn't know, now you know. The house Elvis owned on Audubon Drive before he moved to Graceland. All right, next location, let's go. Next spot, there's Elvis Presley Boulevard, pretty sure right there. This one's kind of sad. One of the guys, the spa guy who I follow on YouTube, Billy, long story short, bought this. This was the building that Elvis went and did his, this is where Elvis took karate lessons, right in here, right down the street from Graceland. There's a million photos of Elvis that were taken inside, and long story short, Billy bought this, turned it into what it used to be, set it up really nice, even found the ambulance that Elvis was taken away, Elvis's body when he passed away in. And I am not sure why it closed. They had some type of issues, but they had to shut down. So very sad. I was looking forward so much to touring this and going inside, and it's not going to happen. But I'll throw in some quick photos now of Elvis right inside this very building. That is such a cool statue. Looks like Elvis right out of 1955 or 56. 55, 56, I'll say. He's even got the lip going too. Wow. If you are an Elvis fan, you probably heard of the clothing store Lansky's. Well, guess what? Right here, this is the original location. This is where Elvis himself went to Lansky's to buy clothes. It's like a sign right across. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Obviously not here anymore. They actually moved down that way, and now I believe they closed that, and they just have one location that's in the Peabody Hotel. But let's check this out. Lansky Brothers, Clothier to the King. It was founded in 1946 by Bernard and Guy Lansky. Wow, with a $125 investment. Clothes Savvy. B.B. King shopped here. Isaac Hayes, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, obviously Elvis. All right here. If we zoom in a little, center of your screen, that's pretty cool. It's all little TCB. Almost looks like buttons. Buttons, who's got the buttons? Yeah, it looks like buttons on a t-shirt. And then up top, Lansky, it's still there. And last but not least, Bernard J. Lansky Street. I just looked in the windows, it's pretty hard to see, but it looks like Lansky's was a bar at one point. And there you could see like the tables where people would sit, but man, right here, the original Lansky's. Elvis would go inside, get his clothes right here. That's a cool sign, have to get that in there. Now when we were here back in 2017, the other Lansky's shop that they moved to, I think was right, yeah, it's still, they still have the sign. And they closed this one, so this was the only one I was to. I didn't buy anything, it's actually pretty expensive. But now they just consolidated it to, like I said, it's at the Peabody. Used to be Lansky's though. So they stayed in the same building, just moved down. Welcome to the inside of Sun Studios, back in the day. Can't wait to show you guys the opposite side, right over there where the actual recording studio is, where Elvis would have been recording, just like the $1 Million Quartet Boys. We'll see that very photo soon in the exact place where this took place, coming up. Elvis's guitar. All right. Here we go. This is the door. One time Elvis came through this door right there. Would have came right in. Marion would have been sitting right there. That's so cool. Oh, there you go. She is. And young Elvis too. Wow. All right, let's go in the studio. Oh, there we go.
Reproduction or facsimile, this is it. It's really remarkable that it still exists. I don't know where it all come from or how they knew things there. I've seen this thing change. It started off in 1950 when Sam took over this place into the incredible studio you see before you. This is all Sam's design, the crazy ceiling. You put acoustic, just rarely available acoustic ceiling tile everywhere.
I absolutely love that this happened right here. He said this is not the original piano, but this was donated. This is Jerry Lee Lewis's actual piano. He said there's a cigar burn somewhere in the piano. I don't see it. It's probably under where the keys are, but yeah, this is his piano that he donated. And the $1 Million Quartet happened right here. These are all the people that recorded here. There's Jerry Lee right in the middle, and down too. Once upon a time, this is what it would have been, as long as I don't get hit by the car. Right here. This is what Elvis would have seen. Would have pulled up, would have walked right through this door. And that's where it all, Elvis history begins. If y'all want to pause and read this, please do, because it's a great brief introduction of why this place is so important. I know it's a little loud, so I'll be brief, but just imagine a young Elvis pulling his car up, parking probably right around here. Going into Sun Studios right here, walking in the door. It's just, it blows my mind. This is one of my absolute favorite places to be in Memphis, just because of all the history that was here. And pretty much the career of Elvis Presley was born right here. Wow, as we're pulling into the cemetery, just wanted to share this quick. The original resting place of Elvis Presley. And there's the photo. At one time, Elvis Presley's body laid in here for a very short time, if you want to call it that. Reason being is there was attempts, people, for whatever reason, I mean, obviously, I guess you can guess the reason, but they tried to steal Elvis Presley's body, unsuccessful. So the Presley family put that to rest right away. They moved him right over to Graceland. Just wanted to kind of match up some funeral photos. One of the crazy stories when Elvis died is the floral shops, all in Memphis and all of these surrounding towns and cities, ran out of flowers because they were all filled. Gosh, everybody sold out. They didn't have enough flowers they could make. So it was completely filled with flowers all in the front of here. There was a couple photos I'll throw in now that you see the Memphis Mafia boys, all of Elvis's gang, taking him in the casket inside, literally right up these same steps through these same doors. All those years ago, back in 1977. We were here back in 2017, and this was definitely not here then. Original resting place of Elvis Presley. Nice touch, though. The Memphis Mafia carrying Elvis's casket would have come up these steps, right into these doors. I hope it's open and not locked, because that's really going to suck if it's locked. It's locked. Son of a nutcracker. Ugh. Man. That's really hard to see, but there's a photo of Elvis, Vernon, and Gladys right in there. Now, while the sun's coming down, we're going to go take the walk over to the Graceland gates. Oh boy. I'm so excited. I haven't seen this in 7 years, 7, 8 years, whatever it is. Just walking down Elvis Presley Boulevard. Don't you love it? I could see the Lisa Marie plane straight ahead. The Graceland sign. We'll be going there tomorrow, but as the sun's coming down, why not go see the gates? Because you just have to. You have to. There's the Lisa Marie right across the street. Well, we will go inside that plane tomorrow. Here we go. I'm starting to freak out. Starting to freak out. Gosh, a million times Elvis Presley would have pulled his cars, motorcycles right through here. Into the gates, and there's the house. Oh my word. Can't take it. I can't take it. Oh, I'm gonna. Wow. There's the house. Oh my God, just to see it, it looks so peaceful. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna do the 7:30 to 8:30 frame time meditation walk where I get to walk up for free and go visit the graves. It is just so peaceful to be here. Gosh. During sunset. One point in time I signed this wall, and I know I signed like right in here. They sandblast it, you know, every year or so, so people can sign, but unfortunately I forgot to bring a Sharpie. Oh my gosh. And there's somebody's shoes. That's kind of silly. Here we go. Here's a better look. Oh yeah, blue suede shoes. I get it. Man. Oh, I just love it. I'm glad I get to do this now because tomorrow we're going to take the shuttle, go right up to the house, but you don't really get to be right here unless you're, you know, walking here. So many years Elvis would ride the go-karts and the horses around. There's some footage of him riding like up to fans who are waiting outside here. You know, and he would come up on his horse. And the whole Presley family's buried straight ahead, center of your screen, behind those lights. Wow. Fun fact too, in Bruce Springsteen's younger days, Bruce Springsteen, yes, the rock star Bruce Springsteen, hopped over the fence. It was in Graceland, and then security kicked him out. But yeah, once upon a time, Bruce Springsteen probably hopped over right here because it's the lowest part of the fence. Found the marker, erected August 16th, 1982. And what's sad is they had to put this like plastic over it. You can't even really read it at all. And people even write all over that. It's like, geez. Thankfully, somebody left a Sharpie right here. Hey, there's a Nick. There's another guy named Nick. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. I'm just gonna do N and N. N. Nick and Nicole. Nice. Good night, Graceland. We'll see you tomorrow. If you stayed till the end, I thank you very much for watching my video. If you are interested in seeing more Elvis content, and especially the behind the scenes on the Elvis stage in Vegas that I talked about earlier in the video, make sure to check out my Elvis playlist. I'm also going to have a Memphis playlist to give you all ideas if you want to visit Memphis, anything Memphis related. Check out the Memphis playlist as well as the Elvis playlist, and I'll see you there.